And we are back with another video today, guys. I want to talk to you about a little video that I've managed to come across both on YouTube and on the internet itself. Now this little video is called Funky Town Gore. Sounds pretty cool, right? So we're going to be taking a deep dive into that. I'm going to explain what it's about, and hopefully some of you don't feel too sick by the end of it. Enjoy. Now, after eating a lovely succulent Chinese meal consisting of duck and orange sauce, I decided it was a good idea to do another explanation about a disgusting video. So this one today is called Funky Town Gore, and the basis of it is basically, well, it's a horrible cartel murder torture video. It was bound to be, okay? What else is there on the internet to talk about? Now, I haven't watched this video fully. I think there's a 2-minute video online and I've seen that. And let me tell you something. It was absolutely disgusting. Okay? Remember when I was talking about the gauntlet challenge the other day? It's like level 20, but 10 times that. It's bad, and I mean bad, like so bad that after it I just thought, yeah, I'm never watching that again. Now, I first heard about this on YouTube and decided it was a good idea to look it up on Google. No, not a good idea. Don't do it. Don't look it up after I've finished explaining it. I'll explain everything here, and I'm unfortunately going to have to open the video back up on here to watch it and explain it to you. So there's that. Obviously there'll be no screenshots or videos of this during the explanation. I don't want to spend all day on it because it's pretty bad and it's pretty disgusting. So let's get right into it. Now, I also won't be having any sound while I'm watching it and then pausing it and explaining it, just because the sound is also bad. But what I can tell you is the reason behind the naming of this, you know, Funky Town Gore, is basically because in the background you've got Sweet Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses playing, and Funky Town. I can't remember the band for that. I had it up earlier and I've just completely forgotten it. It's completely gone out the window. Yeah, I just went back and looked up the name. It was Lip Sync. Of course it was. That's a classic tune. Well, if you were to watch this, then it would no longer be a classic tune. It would just be, you know, depicted as the background of a horrible cartel killing. So without further ado, God, you can see the regret already. Let's get into it properly this time. So the video starts off and there's already a lot of blood. Lots of blood, and I mean, like, there's not even a screenshot that I can take of this and put here so you guys can see what the background is. But it looks like it's taking place in it's a kitchen somewhere, and fucking hell, there's one guy who's really going for it with a little saw, like not one of those good saws, but like a really shit blunt one, you know. So yeah, he's going for it, and yeah, just really trying to get into the cartilage there. And let's just bear in mind here that this guy is still alive. He's breathing. The reason behind this is because there's actually a IV hooked up to him. That's keeping him alive throughout the whole ordeal. So any normal person in that amount of pain, they would have just passed out and possibly died. Well, as I can see here, he's already lost a lot of blood, and he's still very, very conscious. So yeah, he's continuing to. Oh, it's actually, sorry, no, it's not a saw, it's a sickle, a silver-looking sickle that they're digging into him with, and he's still alive. Now, I have seen this with sound, and it's not pretty. It's just a load of bad background music, you know, your lip sync and your Sweet Child of Mine, with some horrible gurgles of pain. Yeah, it's not a pretty sight. So they're actually holding his head back there, and they are they're shocking him to keep him alive, it looks like. And then going back into him. So now they've actually swapped the sickle with a very blunt penknife, and they're just sort of trying to decapitate him with this penknife, basically. Obviously still very conscious, and as you can also see, they've also removed his hands, so he's sort of trying to claw at his face with what I can only call stumps for hands. So obviously he's in such a state of shock that he thinks that his hands are still there, and he's trying to claw at his face with just these stumps, so it's sort of like cut off there, and he's in such a great deal of pain that he's trying to cover his face with these stumps. Now they're still going at his head. Obviously this penknife is very blunt, and they're keeping his head rolled back, and the scary thing about this is his face. I've actually forgotten this detail, but they've actually flayed his face off, so it's just sort of like a skeletal muscle sort of thing, and they're holding his head back with a large wooden sort of pole, I can only describe it as, while they're cutting into his neck. And yeah, he's just trying to hold his hands up to his head with his stumps, and that's basically the basis of the video. There's not much else to it. This is basically it for a whole 3 minutes. But like I said, it's bad, and honestly I didn't want to view this again, because it's that bad, and it's honestly worse than level 20 of the Gauntlet, as I've already said. Now if this doesn't make you feel sick, then you're not human. This is probably one of the worst things out there. And let me tell you, this is on Reddit, by the way, okay? Now I'm not saying go view this on Reddit, but this is on a normal site. This isn't some deep web shit that I've come across. Okay, now they're starting to chop off his arm, and that's basically where the video ends. And that's it. That's over. I'm not watching that ever again. But yeah, I just felt like this needed talking about, because obviously it's a few years old. Is this thing? It's a few years old, and and it's been talked about by many people over the last few months, and I sort of wanted to give my view on it and just sort of explain it in a bit more detail live, where a lot of people probably wouldn't view it and explain it at the same time, just because it's that bad. And I can imagine seeing this for the very first time. It's not the nicest of experiences. I mean, I know I'm rambling on a bit now, and that duck from the Chinese is coming up a little bit, but it's seriously, it's disgusting. It's another one of those brutal cartel murders or tortures, and yeah, it's not a video I would recommend you go out and view now. Just don't do it. And as for the man getting tortured on this is, I think this kid was about 20, 22, so he's 2 years younger than me, or 4 years younger than me, and I've no idea what he did to deserve that. Okay, I mean, that's probably in Mexico or Colombia somewhere. It's definitely South America, and it is brutal over there. He could have been, I don't know. It could have been anything. It could have been anything. I don't know. There's no proper details on it. If you look it up on Google, don't. But if you do look it up on Google, there are barely any details to the background of the story. And yeah, you don't do that to another human being. You really don't. So yeah, that was my explanation of Funky Town Gore. Now I'm going to be doing a little project soon. As I said in my previous update video about stairs, I wanted to focus on a bit more stuff like this, basically. Does that make sense? I wanted to focus on more stuff like this. There we go, that makes sense. So I've got a little project coming up that I'm wanting to do individual things on. You guys might have heard of something called an iceberg. That's something. I won't tell you what I'm doing, but just know that these things will be shorter videos than today's, and it's going to be a project that you guys might want to follow. So yeah, that's everything from me for now. Thanks for watching this one. I won't say it's been a pleasure, but it's been good to finally crack on with this video. I've been wanting to talk about this for a while. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.